Push the button, push the button. Deary. No, that's not me.
Okay, we should be on live.
I'm not wearing that black outfit. I'm wearing a different black outfit.
Yeah,
this is me. Hard to tell. Too many same black outfits on Chris. It must be in my black mode of life.
You're just being a beatnik. Hey, Ford.
Rich did it today. Sam Green is watching and Ford is there. Hello. And Sam Green says hi. And this is gonna bang on the table all night. So I'm gonna drive everybody crazy.
I was gonna say. That might always.
That's right. Kelly's watching. I'll hear it tonight. You wore my bracelet, Mom. Uh-oh. Somebody let Diane is truly on the line. I thought we blocked Diane.
Never blocked Diane.
Oh.
She took me to the Sea Hag this weekend.
There you go. I was like, we have Rich Cirillo on with us tonight.
I haven't seen him in a while.
And James Hostler.
Oh, he was very busy being Batman.
Well, we're just waiting for the load up. And then we'll start.
Yeah, I don't get to see how many people are on. And I don't get to see that, so-and-so is watching.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Well, I know Wednesday nights a little slower to load up because people are still getting home. So.
You got 6 on Instagram and 8 on Facebook.
Exactly.
Still
Still broken.
There's no fixing you.
It's my Alzheimer's.
Your Alzheimer's?
Hey, another couple of days. I'm another year older. It's coming.
That's right. It's coming.
The Alzheimer's is coming. It's already here.
The day before Mardi Gras this year.
Am I a day before Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras on the 13th.
Same day as Super Bowl Sunday. No. Super Bowl is
Your
going to be...
birthday's Monday.
My birthday's Monday, you're right. So, Super Bowl is on the 11th.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And then your birthday. And then Mardi Gras.
And then Valentine's Day.
And Valentine's Day, yeah.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
Everybody's going to have to go on their Valentine's Day dates with the Ash Wednesday cross on their forehead.
I actually thought about that when I looked at my calendar at the beginning of the month. Uh-oh. Got to go to church and go on a date.
Well, you got to give yourself something to be forgiven for.
Yeah, but that happens after.
Oh, you have to go in the morning? Hi, Sarah.
Well, most people go in the morning. Most people go before work.
Sarah, I have your piece frisketed. I just got to get the airbrush on it. And then it's done. For Lois Lane piece.
Ah, gotcha.
Hi, Gustavo.
Gustavo's here. Lazia.
Sarah.
Cool. Well, we'll wait a couple more minutes, guys, and then we'll roll. So everybody go take a bathroom break, go get a bottle of water, feed your plant, whatever it is that you guys do. You got a little bit of time before we start. Today was a long day. Like, it was a long day, but it was a short day because we did a lot today.
No Pedro today.
No Pedro today. Pedro got stuck having to write some stuff for Dan. So, I will have Pedro back next week, though, for sure. You're stuck with just Chris.
Aww.
Guys are starting to give me a complex. Z is already giving me a complex about having Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, and now you guys are giving me a complex. All right, so I'll start.
Well, all the
rules.
yoga we've been doing does not help the Tyrannosaurus Rex arm problem.
No, it's actually made it worse.
Oh no, we got Joel Adams in the audience.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Angelina Jolie.
It's because I went on Joel's show last night, but I was in Dad's Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody flipped out. Like, it was like, wait a minute. You saw Dad's little thing that says Neal Adams, and everybody was like, you made my heart stop. And then I literally had to write, sorry.
It's the ghost of Neal Adams.
I'm in Dad's account.
Neal is watching.
Yes, Neal is watching.
Dad is always watching.
Right. Well, they were writing, somebody from New York has to monitor Joel. And I was like, nope. It was Dad monitoring Joel. So, but Joel had a good night last night. Joel did a great night, and Joel did a one-man show last night. And Joel did everything. There was no Giannis, no Ann, nobody, just little Joel.
Oh, that's right, because it was all stormy yesterday.
Yeah. And Joel did a great show by himself.
So, and Nick was telling me that I had done a sketch cover at New York Comic Con. It was a voodoo doll version of Batman 251. And it got sent to CGC. It showed up at the California office. And apparently people just walking in, seeing it, kind of went nuts.
Cool.
So it sounds like the recreation covers on blanks is going to end up being a thing.
Right. Well, did you guys see they did a Disney version of the X-Men cover?
No.
It's very cool. Super, like even I want a copy. And there's not too many things that Chris wants a copy of, but it's like Mickey and Donald. It's the big orange one. With, is it Havoc's head? It's the one that we even have a print of.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Havoc
It's
like
Havoc.
this.
So
okay.
it's
But
Havoc.
it's orange, and then there's the characters.
that's
in the
X-Men
background.
56.
That's the cover that they did.
No.
But they're putting Mickey and Donald and the rest of the characters in it, and it looked great.
Who was the big Havoc head?
I don't remember anymore. Like I saw it and it just like whoop out of my head. But all I know is I want a copy of it.
Right, and we'll look it up.
And I don't even know where I saw it because I haven't been in an order pack yet, so I don't know. Okay, so the way the show works, and I'm going to put up a Conan. We'll start my show with Conan. Disney just bought Fortnite. Really? Wow. That's cool, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, the way it works is one of Spidey translations got a Disney 100 variant cover down here in Mexico. Is it out?
Oh, here it is. It's Donald is Havoc.
We'll show him. I saw it. He thought it was cool.
That's cool. I like it.
I need one of those. So.
I can't tell if I have it in focus or not.
Sure.
So who's Havoc?
Donald.
Donald. Okay.
And then Goofy is Cyclops. Mickey is Angel. Minnie is, of course, Jean Grey.
All right. Well, is Joel still on?
I don't know. Daisy is Iceman.
Joel, if you're still on, when
And then I
does
don't
this
know
come
who's
out?
that.
What's the title of the book? Nobody is answering.
That's not Goofy.
No, Goofy's Cyclops.
It might be one of those dog.
Those
characters.
dog guys in
Yeah.
Disney.
It just says, "What if Donald Duck was called Havoc?" It's X-Men 60 years, X-58.
Okay.
So
It's 60 years, actually. Okay. Here we go, guys. We're going to start the show. All right. So if you're interested in claiming something, purchasing, buying, in the comment bar where everybody has said hello, that's where you write, I'd like to claim that Conan 13 by 19 or whatever you want to say. it is good to say I want to claim or I'm claiming Conan. It's because sometimes we've moved 2 prints ahead or 2 pieces of art ahead. And that way we know exactly what piece you're after and we don't have to go, was it this piece or this piece that you're talking about? So it keeps the show moving and we know exactly what piece you're talking about. We will then react to your comment and go, oh my God, somebody's buying fill in the blank. And then we will take down we'll write your name on the back of the art, and then we will grab a bomb from my back shelf. We will blow it up, and then we will ask you to direct message us. Gustavo's saying, can I claim Z?
Nope, I'm spoken for.
50,000, I'll let you have her.
And guys, just so you know, that Disney X-Men cover is not a Jacqueline that we're selling.
No.
Can't do that. Anyway.
That was just a picture on my phone.
That was just a picture on the phone. So then we'll ask you to give us your real name, especially if you're on Instagram, and then your address of where I'm shipping to, and then an email for us to then send out your invoice. So you will be invoiced for the show tonight for tomorrow, just because we get out of here too late. So Mr. Weberman, fairly well.
Everything's on the desk.
Okay, I'll get
All
it.
set, everything up to date.
Not a problem.
Good night, good night.
Nice.
Good
night, Terry.
night, Terry. Thank you. And basically, we will then bill you out. Then you pay for it, then we ship it. It's really easy here at Continuity. So that's how you do it, right? I'm claiming whatever in the comment bar. So we will move the show ahead. Here we go. I don't think Happy is on with us tonight because I didn't see Happy.
Don't be mean
So
to your
I'm actually
compatriots.
starting with 2 of our more expensive prints, or Jacquelins, I would say. Now these are ones we did for New York Comic Con. They are new. They are not signed by Neal, but we put our nice hologram Neal Adams signature on the back of these. These are $200 to buy. We did not print a ton of these. We printed very little of these. So we just have a handful of these left from the show. And they are 13 by 19. This is Conan by Neal. Neal did this piece in 3 different versions, if I remember right. I know there's somebody out there that's got a gorgeous pencil rendered version of this on white paper. Then we have this painted one that's on the brown Canson paper. This is a Jacqueline, meaning a really high-end good print of it. It is 13 by 19. It is on this really wonderful, thick watercolor paper that really, the paint really, or inks really sit well on the paper because it's very absorbent. So this is $200 to buy. And like I said, we printed this after Neal had passed. So this gets an official Neal Adams, it's like a holographic signature of Neal's signature that goes on the back of it. And Phil is happy and he's on. Thank you, Phil. And Happy Towers is with us. So that's my first print for the night. Again, it is $200 to buy this. My second print of the night is this Green Lantern piece. Again, it is 13 by 19. And again, this is a Jacqueline that was made after Neal had passed. So again, it gets a holographic seal that goes to the back of it of his signature. This is $200 to buy. This is from a painting that Neal did, which actually we still have that painting up here. I'm thinking of actually pulling out some of those paintings and Z and I doing something on maybe Monday night. We'll do like a video of all the paintings again.
Hopefully my eyes will have gone back to normal.
Hopefully your eyes will go back to normal. That is true.
Kelly Rust is claiming a Green Lantern Jacqueline. Thank you, Kelly.
Smart man, Kelly. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And people like Happy Towers or Andrea, who actually got to see this in person, will tell you that the colors on this are really vibrant and great.
What was the price on this one?
This is $200. because it's one of our new class. And wait a minute, I didn't pull my obnoxiously out.
Oh, the Obnoxo button.
We also do that when you claim something.
I think Happy Tower should have to give me a penny for every time you push that button.
And here we go.
Woo!
Yay. This is a gorgeous eclat. The painting is hanging on the wall behind us. In the picture I got with Neil when I visited. Oh, yeah, we had this in the conference room, which is probably where you guys took your picture with Neil, because Neil lived in our conference room.
Mm-hmm.
This was up on the end of our table for a number of years, actually, in the original painting of this. So it's a gorgeous piece. Thank you, Kelly Rust. And I'm going to pull, not this one, I'm going to put Kelly's name on this one, but I will pull because this one's
fresh one.
This one's a little scuffed.
This one's the display model.
Yeah, this
Want to
one's
give him a good one?
Yeah. Well, it just has a bit of a dirt smoothie
Okay.
on it. Because those I don't have in plastic. So,
And we're on the
because they're not
$100.
signed.
We're on the $100 now.
Now we're on the $100 prints. Much fighting with my display today. Okay.
Patrick
Yes.
Dittens just joined. What was the Green Lantern piece?
This Green Lantern piece is a very limited Giclée run that we did. It is based on a painting that Neil did that we shot a really good photograph of, and then we had fancy printed Giclée done of it. The size of this is 13 by 19. It is on a gorgeous watercolor paper. And as Kelly Rusk pointed out, the original painting that this is from was in our conference room. It's in a number of our videos. Like if you go back in time in the videos of our show, you will see this usually sitting to the left of me in the conference room. And it's a gorgeous piece. The color on this is very vibrant and wonderful. Because it was done after Neil had passed, we do a hologram signature of Neil's signature that we put on the back of the piece.
And this Giclée is going for $200.
Right. This is a $200 Giclée. And like I said, the paper is a very thick, really great watercolor paper.
You might want to rotate a bit more this way.
Okay. There we go. So we were going on to this piece.
Joker.
Right. So this is the Detective Comic Joker. Neil did 6 covers. I believe we did all 6. Maybe we only did 5. We did 5 covers. Oh no, I'm in the wrong
This
cover.
is not one of the.
Sorry, went to the wrong.
Because I didn't
cover.
color this one.
Right, okay. This is sorry. I thought this was the Joker one.
This is an homage cover.
Right. This is an homage cover.
Patrick Dittens was asking if there was a limited run on the Green Lantern.
There is a limited run because we only did it for New York Comic Con. We did not print a lot. I'd be surprised if we printed more than 25. I don't know if we're going to go back to printing it ever again. But it had a very limited print run. So we did not print a lot for New York Comic Con because it really was the first Comic Con, or actually second. But really the first one, we were in Artist Alley. We only had one very small table. And it was our first out in public kind of being back out with people at the show. This year, we weren't sure how people were going to react because Neil was not at the show. And we did very limited run. Okay, Marilyn, who took care of this, said maybe 10. So even my 20 is over the top. So like Marilyn just said, she printed 10.
And
Michael Kirby is taking a Conan Giclée for $200.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael Kirby.
Okay, from Michael Kirby. Yay. And the most exciting part of it is you get a bomb.
And Adam, to answer your question, this is signed by Neil. If you're
Yeah,
talking
this
about
one,
the
the
Joker
Joker.
one.
Okay, this is for Michael Kirby.
Kelly Rusk, you are correct.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me get.
And if I'm not mistaken, same goes for my Ben Casey girls as well. I think they had the same print run.
Yeah, they were very limited. All right.
So Patrick is asking the shipping on Green Lantern. Can it be rolled up, or is it too stiff? It has to be mailed flat.
My sense is, I mean, we have a tendency to do them flat. So unless you want it rolled up,
Patrick, where are you located again?
they don't roll.
He's in Australia.
Well, okay, if you want it rolled, it can be rolled. It's not a tight, I would say that's probably as tight as you want to go on your roll. So, I mean, most people want things flat and not rolled, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, usually what we will do is we put it in a cardboard flat box. It's put in a plastic that protects the actual print. We usually will even put especially if it's going to Australia, we'll put an additional piece of cardboard. I will have a tendency to bubble wrap and then put it in another box to ship it to Australia. So if you're worried about it not like
Kelly
getting,
Rusk says they pack these very well.
right,
I think it's a cost issue.
could be. I mean,
Shipping
whatever
it to
way
Australia
you want to
can
go
be
is
pricey.
available.
Adam, to answer your question, I'm going to zoom in on the signatures. The ones you're looking at right there are actually printed on there. That's Neil's printed
Right,
signature.
that is from the painting.
And that's Bill Sienkiewicz. Who's the inker on this?
Oh, you're talking about this one now.
Yeah, that you have
Okay.
up there.
This one does have Neal's signature on it.
Yeah, it's on the bottom in silver.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
get
in the
that
bottom
far
with
yet.
silver. Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the printed signatures.
Neil Adams and Bill Sienkiewicz. No, Brent Anderson.
Brent
Sorry.
Anderson, sorry. Okay, so those are the printed ones. Now, if you look at the bottom in silver, this is the actual signed signature. So don't be confused by the printed ones and the actual signature on there. To clear that up for you.
Right. So this is part of Neil's 27 covers, which Neil did 27 covers in a month at DC. And it was a time period where we were testing out different inkers on Neil, which is the whole reason why some of that was the reason behind the 27 covers. So everybody got to ink a cover. And this is Brent Anderson's inking on Neil Adams.
And Prophet Comics, you don't have to keep spamming the feed with the same question. We'll get to it in a second. He's just asking if there's any original art pages on the cheaper side.
No. At this point in time, you're not going to find Neil Adams' original published pages on a cheap, because most of it, of his older material, is now very high priced. His newer materials have gone up in value, so it's very hard to find a low-end price original of published work. I mean, we do have Batman pieces, but they're not published, and they're not on the cheap either.
Right. The head sketches of Batman usually start around $600 or $700.
Right. So that's why we do prints. I mean, that's why Neil did prints at conventions, so that there was always a way of getting something of Neil's. Because we know that his artwork is priced on a high note. Okay, so Detective Comics, Joker cover, in homage to the 27 covers, inked by Brent Anderson, with a real signature by Neil at the bottom.
And hello to Hawk Harrison.
Okay, next one I have is A Walking Dead. This is 13 by 19, Walking Dead with a Neil Adams signature. bottom there. And this is 100 to buy.
And the original on this was colored by Neal as well. This is Neal coloring on print of his pencil. So this giclée or this print is all Neal.
Right. So $100 for the Walking Dead. 13 by 19, signed by Neal. If you're into Walking Dead, this is great. He doesn't want to shoot a zombie. You know what Kelly just told me? The lady that lives down the hall from Kelly
Yeah.
is the blonde woman from the first Dawn of the Dead actress.
No way.
Lives down the hall. And her dog plays with Cooper all the time.
Kelly gets to meet all the celebs.
I think Kelly's like a celeb magnet or something.
I've been hanging out with Kelly.
But it was just funny. She's like, Mom, you know the lady who has the dog? And I'm like, yeah. We hung out with her literally like a couple of weeks ago. She goes, yeah, that's the lady from Dawn of the Dead. The blonde lady. I was like, really? Okay, so next one up here is 13 by 19. And this is signed by Neal, Batman and Robin. This is a pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is Corey Adams.
Kelly Russ. Chris has a Kelly.
Yeah, I have a Kelly.
I hate to break it to you, but you're not the only Kelly in the world.
You get a Kelly, and you get a Kelly.
Everybody gets a Kelly.
Right. So Batman and Robin, signed by Neal at the bottom, $100. The size of this is 13 by 19. I like this one because I like the action of Robin. Okay, next up is, this is actually a giclée. It's on that watercolor paper. 13 by 19, this is Black Panther. We did this when the Black Panther movie had just come out. It is signed in copper down here. And this is a piece that was worked on Neal and Zia. Yes, you were over there with the hand in the air. I know this.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes you don't, so I don't know.
This one I know you worked on.
Okay.
So this is, if you're into Black Panther, really nice piece here. Colored by Zia. I like how Neal used copper to sign his name. This is 100 to buy. And the Olympics are over. 13 by 19 is the size on Black Panther. Okay, now we're going to go to a smaller one. Okay, these are 11 by 14. This is one of the Tarzan pieces that actually got printed on a calendar. It was a calendar cover. And we sell this for $100. It is signed by Neal at the very bottom. So if you're into Tarzan, this is a really nice piece. This is printed on a very linen paper. It has a slight lininess to the paper. A lot of people like this. Like I said, it was used for the cover of a calendar. I believe David Spurlock put out. Or Vanguard. Jason said it was also printed on the softcover art of Neal Adams' book. And this is on the sketchbook cover. So obviously this is a fave because we've used it many times for many things. 11 by 14. Again, Tarzan, signed by Neal. Okay, next up is Catwoman 11 by 14. This also has a signature at the bottom by Neal, $100. I mean, we are coming down to like the end unless a magical box appears of signatured prints even. So Catwoman 11 by 14. This is a print signed by Neal.
Sam, if we had a drawing of a fried egg in a pan, that would be too sexy for you.
Sam's gonna come up with some new lines out there. All right, next up is another small one of Wonder Woman, 11 by 14, signed by Neal for $100. Wonder Woman. I always liked this one. I thought she was cute, and she's kind of a nice mix of comic books and animation on Wonder Woman. So nice.
Sam Green says only on a Monday.
Only on a Monday.
Because they egg in a frying pan, too sexy for them.
Okay, next one is Daredevil. Daredevil is a large print, 13 by 19, with a signature at the bottom.
Patrick Gooden's asking if you're ever going back to San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, no.
And the answer is maybe.
He said that's his annual pilgrimage to the U.S.
Well, without Neal, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do the conventions. Because he definitely was a draw that helped the affordability because most of us are on the East Coast. So that is a long, more expensive convention for us to get to. So I don't know the true answer to that yet. So I believe we have a space there. I don't know if we're going to go though. So it's up in the air what we're doing. So this is 13 by 19 Daredevil. This was a variant cover that Neal then did a print of, signed by Neal at the bottom.
He says, I miss you guys there.
I think, if anybody's there, Joel will be there. And Joel is a good Neal replacement. We'll just put Joel in a blue shirt.
Well, if you all make me super popular, maybe they'll invite me out there.
That is true too. Except they're very tight.
I know. That's why they have to make me super popular.
They
So,
don't
Patrick,
even
the,
take Neal Adams
The
away.
Daredevil print is 100.
Exactly. So this is 13 by 19. This is the Amazing Spider-Man. Well, barbecue may get us to go to Kansas City.
That's true.
So this was also, I believe, a variant cover.
This is also 100.
And this is Neal with Corey Adams color. Can we make a holographic Neal? I'd love to make a holographic Neal. So nice 13 by 19 Spider-Man. I think this is really one of two covers of Spider-Man that Neal has ever done. Highly collectible on that alone, Neal drawing Spider-Man. I do like Montreal.
Sam, we'd come to your convention, but you wouldn't be able to come over to our table because it'd be too sexy for you.
We have 13 by 19. We have the famous Superman Kryptonite Nevermore.
So Patrick Denton wants to claim a Daredevil.
Woohoo!
Right. So the name again was?
Patrick Denton, Ditton.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
His Instagram is actually Denton Patrick. But
Right. Cool. So we'll do that. He was after the Daredevil, right?
yes, he wanted a Daredevil.
Okay.
And he says any other Daredevil stuff.
That may be the only Daredevil. Whoa, why did it stick it? The only Daredevil piece we have. Neil didn't do that much Daredevil. Okay. There we go. Yeah, let's get them blown.
And Kelly Rust wants to know, have you considered a line of Neil Adams short boxes?
Line of short boxes. What is a line of short boxes?
It's a short box.
Short box is the comic book white boxes.
Okay,
A
so
lot
it's like
of the
printed
comic boxes,
box
yeah. Have
Oh,
printed
the
mail.
printed. I think DC and Marvel will be in charge of that.
So Patrick says it's his son's birthday,
Sweet.
and his son's name is Devin Denton, DD, like Daredevil.
Nice. Very nice. I know kids are very happy with getting proofs. So
Yeah, it's actually my grandson's birthday today too.
that's right.
Although you may be a day ahead of us in Australia.
Well, that's what I'm saying. DC and Marvel, unfortunately, are in charge of that kind of stuff. I have no say in that. I can bring it up if I'm ever on the phone with them. But okay, so Superman Nevermore, famous cover, 100 with Neil's signature. Pushing hard and heavy, Bucky O'Hare. If you ever played the Activision game, this is it. 13 by 19, signed by Neil at the bottom. $100. Famous toy line, famous Saturday morning cartoon.
So Patrick's saying he can tell you who owns the Super Bowl the day before.
Yeah, what time do they get to watch Super Bowl? They're
Like 12, 13 hours ahead of us.
I think so.
Yeah.
But they must then delay the game. Like, how do they televise that?
I would think they get
Well, everybody
live.
knows the news at the same time.
Yeah, they would get
Right.
the broadcast live. It would just be a
Right.
different time of the day.
Right.
It would be the morning for them
Yeah.
watching it.
Okay. Bucky O'Hare, $100, signed by Neil.
They have Super Bowl Monday.
It's Super Bowl Monday, right? Okay, 13 by 19. Now, this is one of those fancy Giclée paper. This is it's a painted piece by Neil of Green Arrow and Speedy.
Yeah, he says it's noon Thursday here right now in Australia.
Nice. It's a really different piece for Neil, but still a strong piece. You know, Sam, you're not helping. Now Sam is picking up easy up.
Sam requires a certain amount of attention per show.
Is he being salty?
Yes, he is being salty tonight. Green Arrow and Speedy, 11 by 19. No, 13 by 19. 13 by 19. I want you to know, Chris works a full day before Chris comes on. And then works a long evening. Those and C2E2. C2E2 is always a nice show. I know Neil likes C2E2. So $100 for Green Lantern and Speedy. Okay, the cover, that will be the cover of one of the IDW gallery books. Big Ra's al Ghul, famous cover. This again is on that really nice thick watercolor paper. It is $100 to buy, and it has a Neal Adams signature towards the bottom. Under Batman.
Yeah, it's under the a tale to haunt you forever.
Right. So Batman, Ra's al Ghul. I remember being a kid and being upset that Robin was going to get shot. Don't shoot Robin, he's cute. Okay, Dark Knight 3. This is a cover variant. This is 13 by 19, signed by Neal. This is pencil and ink Neal. Color of this is Corey Adams. Which I love the sweepiness of this one. Phil just got a copy of this to send to CGC. Yeah, this is another great cover in real life. When you see this, it's quite spectacular. All right, I'm going to hops. Okay, I have the Batman Ninja Turtle, which has anyone bought this one?
Yeah, we've sold a couple.
Yeah, we have. Okay, this one is super cool, and this one is definitely based on Frazetta. Actually, I don't know if it's out yet, but Pete is doing a piece for 13th Dimension on Neal and his relationship with Frank, and he tells an interesting story about this painted piece and why Neal chose to do this way. So this is 100 to buy. It is signed by Neal down there in green. What other color would you do it in? What's nice about this is the size of it. It's very similar to the actual size of the painting that Neal did. This is for a Batman Ninja Turtle crossover between IDW and DC Comics.
No, Engage, I don't think we have any of those lineup chiclets that you're talking about.
Actually, two of them.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I found two. They're on different paper.
Okay.
But yes, I do have two tonight. Whether they're the lineups he wants.
He keeps asking for the Avengers one.
I don't think I have the Avengers. Okay, Batman hanging off the side of the building, 13 by 19 variant cover, signed by Neal, $100. Gorgeous coloring on this one. It's got great uplighting on Batman and the girders. You feel the depth of down to the street definitely on this piece. $100 to buy. Let's see. I could possibly get down to. Yeah, this one. And this one is on that nice watercolor paper. So this is one of the gangs that we have. signed by Neal. And like I said, it is on the Giclée watercolor paper. The size of this is 13 by 19 for $100. It ran out of here.
Mm.
Again, signed by Neal. And these framed up look great. I've seen people that have bought 2 or 3 of
What's
these.
the price on this one?
100.
So Engage is saying, I want one.
Are you
So,
claiming
Engage,
one?
are you claiming one, or do we just want one? Yes, I'm gonna move on. We'll engage this.
And then he's saying, send a DM.
Okay, next up is the Bat Gang 13 by 19. Now this one is on white paper. It is not on the Giclée paper. This is kind of like a weirdo one. This is signed by Neal. Bat Gang is 13 by 19. Again, it is on a white cougar paper, signed by Neal. Has all the members of the Batman Life. Okay, next one up is Storm. Storm is 13 by 19, $100. Signed by Neal at the bottom. I love this Storm case. It has definitely the older feel of Storm.
The Avengers print we showed before was 100.
All right. Next up is Captain America. This is old style. This was a variant cover. I believe this was done for a convention. $100. 13 by 19, signed by Neal. Really nice old school Captain America. Very Americana. $100 to buy, 13 by 19. Whoa. Okay.
And Bismack, the Batman group was 100 as well.
13 by 19, the triple Joker in color, signed by Neal. $100. You know, if you did a green metallic frame with a purple matte, or a purple metallic frame with a green matte, this would be pretty like zzz on your wall. Definitely an eye catcher. 3 Jokers in color. These are based on pieces that Neal did of Joker for the show that people have bought. This is $100 to buy, signed by Neal at the bottom.
Bismack is saying he's going to take the Batman group.
Okay. So make sure to direct message us, guys. Okay, I got Bismack.
Thank you for purchasing. And they're wondering if there's any more Avenger prints.
Nope, that would be the only one. This is for Bismack. Ew, the gold mess. All right. Next up is the Batman Detective 1000. 13 by 19 in color. This is the big swamp painting of Batman. That Neal did. Signed by Neal. $100 to buy. This is actually a piece printed by DC. So this is a different kind of print. It is the Action Comics. I believe this was done for a convention. I'm not sure what the size of this is. Because it looks bigger than 114, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's smaller than 1319. I think. We'll put a 1319 up against it and see what it looks like.
It's 13 by 19.
Is it?
It is 13 by 19.
No, they're over at my desk.
So 13 by 19 is the size of this. It gives the illusion of being smaller. Like I said, this was a print by DC for a comic convention. Signed by Neal. Famous piece by Neal. Superman comic book. $100 was the price on the Superman action comic. For a minute, I didn't think this was signed. It is signed here in silver. Sometimes they're hard to see. This is 13 by 19, $100. This is very similar to the 3 Laughing Jokers.
Those peanut M&Ms will get your agita.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
What happened?
He's got agita because he had peanut M&Ms.
Do I know if she will be displaying any comics tonight?
Comics? No, I go from this to original artwork.
Now, comics, you go to Krusty Bunker.
Right. They do a show. Well, Joel does a show on Tuesday night of new comics. I think they generally sometimes do a show on Thursday night of older comics. If you're looking for the comic book. They're in
place to go.
Right. They're in California. So you want to go to the Krusty Bunker. And their show is like Thursday night. It's usually in the evening if you're on the East Coast. On the West Coast, I believe it starts at 7.
Yeah, we'll be showing original art as well.
Right.
We usually show prints at the beginning of our shows.
13 by 19 Harley Quinn signed by Neal.
And we also have a show on Fridays.
Skip these. And we'll do Conan. And then, yeah, you're going to have to talk through yours.
Yep.
13 by 19. This is a Conan variant signed by Neal.
Only if you feel we have time.
Print. This print we made hardly any. This really didn't even go to conventions. So this is a print that actually you're not going to find too many copies of out there. This is 100 to buy. Okay, that gets me to my print section of the night. Okay, so Zia,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
Okay.
Am I doing these?
Yeah, do the envelopes.
Okay. Sort of superheroes.
Yep.
So Zia is selling for
$50.
$50. It's an
Each.
envelope.
I have 5 of each style. So this is the superhero one that has my color work on covers by Neal, and it also has some other artworks by me that are not
Right.
may
So
not be comic books, but they're not voodoo dolls or Betty Boops.
right. So this is from the Joker series.
Yep.
That we're looking at. So what's the size of these?
These are 8.5 by 11,
Mm-hmm.
and there are 13 prints per envelope. And I have
Okay. This is from the Joker series. Zia is showing the coloring.
you'll probably want to go a bit quicker because there's 13 of them in there.
Okay, I can't see what I'm
Yeah.
looking at. Okay, this is the.
This is the Batman Catwoman.
Mhm.
I think this was an anniversary issue. This is from Philadelphia. This is the first published cover that Dad just sort of let me run with it and didn't feel the need to art direct too much.
Sarah Snyder's claiming a Zia pack.
Woohoo! All right, well, there's 3 different packs. This is the superhero pack. I also have a voodoo doll pack and a Betty Boop pack.
All right, Batman and Robin.
Yep.
So I picked
Then
the
that's
comic
Green
one,
Lantern. That is the Baroness, one of my favorite explosions. Superhero and voodoo doll. Thank you, Sarah. That is Big Dave the Octopus. It's my first painting. And this is Atomic Mouse.
I'm jealous of Atomic Mouse.
This is obviously Alice in Wonderland with the caterpillar. This is from Black Sad. This was from the Baltimore yearbook when they were doing this artist whose name was on my tongue.
Juanjo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this was my painting for that book for Baltimore Comic Con. And this is a Freddie Mercury that Dad and I worked on together.
So this is a sampling of the comic book one.
Okay, so for Abraham on YouTube, what you would need to do is write claim and what it is you are claiming in the comment bar. We will then acknowledge your claim. Then we would need you to send us a direct message. Now that's where it becomes a little difficult since you're on YouTube. Since you are on YouTube, you would have to either go to our Facebook page, which I have just posted now, which is Neal Adams Comic Artist, or you can go to our Instagram, which is the Neal Adams, and send us a direct message there. And you'll need to send us your name, your PayPal email address, and your mailing address. Unfortunately, we do not have a direct message for YouTube. And Sarah, yes, I will sign each individual print. I just didn't have time to do it today.
Right.
But I will do so before they go out.
So basically, this is a sample. I'm not going to show all 13 prints. Maybe Friday night we'll do another envelope of these. But to give you a sample of, there's 13 of her voodoo ones, which I picked out my favorite, which is obviously Neal Adams drawing Batman.
Yeah, this one was very popular.
If anyone has ever nailed Neal, I would say this looks like Dad. If you've been to a convention, this is what you see as he's signing your stuff.
And he's even using a pen to draw with.
Right. And then her Betty Boops are obviously all the Betty Boop work that she has done. So
Right,
there
it has the old style Betty Boop, it has her boudoir images, and it also has her cosplay images like this one.
right. But we'll show more of the interiors of this on like Friday and next Wednesday. So each one of these envelopes has 13 prints. We did show the superhero one tonight, and they're $50 per pack.
I was hoping to find kind of like little bags to put them, so they would be the bean bags, but it didn't really work out.
Right. Okay. So she's got her superheroes, which we showed, voodoo dolls, and Betty Boop. All right. Now I'm going to move on to artwork.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. All right, I'm going to start with Havoc. Now, these are Neal's profiles. Sometimes they're not always profiles. Sometimes they're a little 3/4. Sometimes they can be front on. But we refer to these as the profiles. All of these are drawn on 8.5 by 11 paper. You're seeing what they look like.
Dad actually had, I think, 2 or 3 shelves full of,
Oh,
His
he had a
blue
million.
shirts,
Yeah.
and he had a million ties because you can never get something for Dad for his birthday or for Christmas that like he would really enjoy unless it was a book on planets or some artist that he was in love with or a really cool tie that had a subliminal logo on it.
Well, not logo, but a character.
Well, sometimes you have their emblem.
Right.
And
And
sometimes
sometimes
you
it
have
can be a
the
character. And
character.
actually, he got louder over time. I mean,
Yeah, they did get
when we
bigger.
first started his tune ties, it was like they really had to be hidden.
Yeah.
And then he got louder as time went by.
Well, it's sort of like us women. Our jewelry gets chunkier and chunkier as we get older.
So Havoc is $900 to buy, 8.5 by 11.
So Engage is asking, will you guys have more red boxes soon?
Nope, we will not. So next up is Joker. Joker is 8.5 by 11 as well for $700. Next one we have is Spider-Man for $600. Pen and ink. I forgot to say these are pen and ink Neal.
These are originals.
And this is original art, as Rich just said. Spider-Man is pretty cool. This one is definitely cool. I am showing it tonight, but I really want Zia to color this because I think this one in color,
Boom, baby.
well, he's fire colors.
It's still boom to me.
It's still boom to you. So I am showing this, hoping that nobody really buys it, hoping that I can convince Zia to color it.
Oh, twist my arm.
I will twist your arm. So don't buy this one. All right, next up I have Batman. So this is definitely a nice Batman profile for $700 from Neal.
He's snarling.
Pen and ink. All of these are signed by Neal. Nice looking back over the shoulder look from Batman. We have Batman. What do we call this one?
That's Gotham's.
Gotham, right? Gotham's Batman. Just wasn't coming in my head. For $700. With a nice Neal Adams signature on it. This you'll be more familiar with if you were from Europe. This is Lieutenant Blueberry. Pen and ink Neal for 800. Really nice piece. You'll love the Lieutenant Blueberry series. Danny D, don't cry. Because then you make us cry. Beetle Bailey, 8.5 by 11, worth 300.
This one and a few others are very interesting because not only did Dad draw the images, but he also did the writing on the outside.
Yeah. I also want to color this one, but then once you color it, I'm taking it home.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next is George Jetson from the Jetsons by Neal, 8.5 by 11 paper, signed by Neal.
He doesn't have a price tag on it.
Oh, he's 300. He must have lost his price tag. These are 300.
Again, that is Neil's handwriting for the name of George Jetson as well.
Okay, next one is Lucky Luke, which again, if you're European, it's a character that you will know more than if you are American. 200 for a Lucky Luke.
Insert dad joke here.
Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. Well, we had that guy from Germany, and he picked up, what character did he pick up? And he picked it up because it was European. God, which one was it?
You're talking about Asterix and Obelix?
Well, he didn't pick up Asterix and Obelix. He picked up something else that was a weird character that we recently showed.
Oh,
It's Hugh.
the Corto.
Oh, Corto
Corto
Maltese,
Yeah.
right, or whatever it is. Yeah. And he did it over the weekend, and I laughed because I was like, you're picking it up because you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, James Demetria is claiming your Beetle Bailey because you said you liked it.
Nice.
James.
Uh-oh.
No.
Look at this face.
Oh, zoom in on Chris.
No.
She's not happy.
Really?
I'm going to have to buy Chris a bottle of something now.
Okay. Who's buying my Beetle Bailey?
James Demetria.
Wow. Okay.
Can't win them all, Chris.
Happens every time, man. All you have to do is say you're going to take it home.
He
You
says,
know this.
now I feel bad.
This is the
I'm
begrudged
picking-
bomb.
I am picking the bomb tonight.
This is the begrudged bomb.
I'm doing a big bomb for Beetle Bailey. Hold your ears.
Shoot.
Here we go, James. Rich, you're not holding your ears. It's not turning.
If
None of them are turning tonight.
The glued show.
Richie.
All right, close your ears in 3, 2, 1. Jesus.
Yeah, what happened to them?
Wow. That's some power behind it.
Yeah, these are tight, man.
Yeah, but they weren't like that. Something happened over the weekend.
Moisture, maybe?
James says, I feel this is a sign.
It is. It is a sign. All right. I'm going home now. I'm done. That was it. Wow. I thought no one was ever going to take that. Oh, well, you better take good care of it. You get visitation rights. Okay, here we go. More original art. I'm not saying anything I want anymore. All right, here we go.
Poor Chris.
Hulk to the moon.
I don't want it.
I don't want this one, so don't buy it. Okay, so Hulk to the moon. Actually, he's been here a long time as well. He's 11 by 14. He is signed by Neal. This is done in pencil. This is considered a finished pencil render where Neal is using the pencil and putting in more lines to give it a more finished look. A lot of times at continuity, we would take a drawing like this, Xerox it, darken Neal's line so it looks like an ink, and then you could literally color this. Ooh. Feel the brain's thinking. Thank you, Danny D. So we have Hulk for 2,000. Okay, James, that's a deal.
Might take you up on that.
Okay, next is Superman. So this Neal obviously did after his Coming of the Superman series. It is 11, well, it's not 11 by 14. I would say it's framed on 9 by 12 paper. And it has a little bit more modernized Superman costuming. Because Neal was kind of playing with Superman's costume a bit while doing Coming of the Superman. It is $1,200 to buy. You know, James, I would get Zia to color that Beetle Ballet because then I'll really be upset. But that color would look fantastic. Superman, Coming of the Superman, $1,200. Okay, this is the recreation piece. Okay, so this is Redwater Crimson Death. This is actually a piece that Neal likes a lot. I think Neal liked the fact that Batman's cape gets caught underneath, or almost caught underneath the gate that's coming down. And I think he thought that was like, haha, a problem with Batman's costuming. But everybody loves drawing the cape because the cape is the second character in a way to Batman. So I think Neal really loves this panel that he drew. This is a recreation panel, so Neal is drawing this in the style of which he did the Redwater Crimson Death story. This is $3,800 to buy. This is colored by Zia. It also has that razor blade pull of the paper that only Neal will do because none of us are brave enough to do it. Which gives the action speediness of Batman's movement. So that white flecking by Batman's feet and under his cape there is actually Neal doing that razor blade effect that he did show during our videos where they take a razor blade and actually cut the paper and then you get holes on the other side of the paper. What do we need to know? So this is $3,800?
This is $3,800, yes.
Okay. Again, it's a recreation piece. It's also hand lettered by Neal. So nice job. He gets an A. A for Adams. I heard Dad didn't get great grades in school. Ooh. Okay, next one is Harley Sweater Joker. So this is a Harley Quinn piece. It is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal. This is colored by Zia. Actually, the figure work was colored by Tim Shin. Probably a little rework by Zia. The background is Zia. Joker is done in a painted splatter effect as the background. It is a signed piece by Neal for $3,000 to buy. Okay, next piece is Vampirella. This is 8.5 by 11 Vampirella by Neal. It is $1,500 to buy. I mean, for the price of $1,500, this is a really sweet piece of art. It's a signed piece by Neal. It's one of those quiet Vampirella pieces. Not too sexy. Vampirella. Next one is Batman Moon. So Batman Moon is 8.5 by 11. Really interesting Batman figure with cape. The color on this is actually Jason Adams. And this is $2,000 to buy. And it is a sign piece, right? It's either above the buildings or right below the buildings.
At the very bottom between buildings.
Right. You'll see Neal's signature. Very cool Batman with a giant moon behind him. There's a lot of airbrushing on this piece. Nice color on this piece. Okay, next piece up is an 8.5 by 11 Batman Damian. Batman Damian is $1,900 to buy. Sign piece by Neal at the bottom. This is another Hulk piece by Neal. Hulk with a girder. Again, this is being done as a finished pencil render. You can just take this pencil, darken it into a black, and it will look like it is inked by Neal. It is signed by Neal in pencil to match the style that he did it in. It is $3,000 to purchase. The size is 11 by 14.
Gold dot included.
Oh, is there gold done out
Yeah,
there?
on the girder at the top. There you go.
No, you don't get my gold done.
Because James Demetriou bought Beetle Parody.
That's right. No
What's
more
up for
fun.
you?
No more fun and games tonight. No, it's serious.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
That's right. Okay, Superman bust. Can't believe how many years have I had Beetle Bailey?
I know, and it's a handwritten one, so that was even before we were like printing the logos and stuff on it. That's how long we've had.
No one's gonna buy Beetle Bailey. $1,500 Superman, 8.5 by 11, pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. Now this is a piece that I would purchase. I would have Zia do a color, but what I would do probably is have Continuity make a copy, have Zia sign some of that, have Zia color a copy so that I can keep my black and white line art pristine with a color copy.
What's the price on this?
This is $1,500. Yeah, $1,500 for a Superman bust. 8.5 by 11. What was that?
Put a bit of truck on that.
As the boiler thing or whatever is above
Crashes through the
crashing
ceiling.
through the ceiling.
That would be typical.
But I will grab Beetle Bailey as I'm evacuating the building. And
I
personally
just tell James, sorry, it was lost. in the
personally
flood."
deliver it to James. $1,500
Hey, Ted.
Superman, 8.5 by 11. So Ted is saying, hello everyone. I received my 1978 Tarzan portfolio, and I have to say those prints are so detailed and awesome. I envy whoever has those originals because wow, that is true. So James just bought some vintage Beetle Bailey comics that
Nice.
arrived today and thought Neal's art would be a great compliment. Definitely.
Well, I think in that case, maybe it's okay.
Maybe.
I mean, he bought the books.
Maybe not.
James, I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Why can't you just buy this? It's Batman. Okay, so this is a Batman original. And you know how, like, Albert Moy will show a cover, and then he'll show a cover that was a replacement cover of a cover. And then they say, oh, here's a rejected cover. This is Neal's rejected page by Neal, who rejected Neal for Batman Odyssey. I did think that Neal did draw a page like this, only to learn that he didn't. Actually, in this case, Neal really changed very much the composition and changed like his story, what he was telling. Because this is actually the page that this page became, which usually Neal does not make this big a jump in his page design from one to the other. Usually they're very similar. Like even if you look at Neal's supposed rejected covers, they're very similar. He'll change maybe a position of a character, maybe he'll enlarge something on it, but it's usually the same composition. This is one of the few times I've seen Neal like take a major leap to something
I guess he
different.
wanted them out of the tunnel.
Yeah, like he decided to do this opening instead of having the conversation in the tunnel. So this is an original pencil page and partially inked by Neal. Obviously, Neal stopped midway, pretty far in midway, to change his composition of the page. So this is $8,000 to buy. Really nice Joker, very nice Batman. Nice page for $8,000. So Joker. Okay, here's another piece that Chris likes. So this is El Diablo. Neal secretly kind of loved working on El Diablo when he did get to work on El Diablo. This is 8.5 by 11, and I think Neal just decided one night, damn it, I'm going to draw El Diablo. And this is a piece that he drew. Pen and ink is Neal. Color on this is Zia. Now this is a piece that kind of got put to the side for a while before we colored it because we knew it was a character that was not going to be as popular as Batman. But I think Neal actually showed this piece on video when he penciled and inked it. I believe we have him
for sure.
on camera with this piece. It is signed by Neal. It is $1,500 to claim. Again, the color on this is very dramatic because El Diablo is very dramatic. He is kind of like a Zorro, except he wears a red mask. I guess that's how you tell the difference between the two. So El Diablo is again $1,500. This is pencil and ink Neal. Color on this is Zia. It is a signed piece by Neal. Too bad there wasn't more El Diablo by Neal. I'm going to hop
Okay.
page 9. I'm going to go to page 16.
Fair enough.
Okay. Now here is a page I would buy. But I'm always silly and I keep my stuff inside here, thinking that no one's ever gonna buy it. Okay, this is a favorite page of Chris's. What I'm showing is the printed page next to the original published page. This is from Fantastic Four, issue number 2. It is page 16. This is pencils by Neal Adams. Inks are Mark Farmer's, and I'm selling it for $15,000. This is the published original page to the only time that Neal did a Fantastic Four comic book. He did do Fantastic Four and Avengers, but he really never did a Fantastic Four book. And this was the series that he did with Mark Waid and Mark Farmer. Original published art, $15,000. Personally, I love this page. I love the characters are stuck at the bottom here. You have the new character.
Who is not Beetle Bailey.
Really gorgeous piece of art. Everything you'd want from Neal on a page. Okay, next up, Batman. This is the Batman Solo Shadow. This is 11 by 14. Gorgeous piece of Batman art here. It is $10,000 to buy. Has a nice signature on it. Compositionally gorgeous piece with a shadow under Batman. Got all those crazy Neil Adams cam gestures. $10,000 for Batman. Okay. Next one is the MetLife Peanuts. This is original art by Neal from MetLife, which he explained to you guys a lot of times that we were the studio that got to work with it, that he actually met Schultz at some point, and we were allowed as the East Coast studio to work on Peanuts. I've said in the past, if you want to get rid of this little emblem, we can patch it out for you. So you don't really have to have a MetLife on the piece if you don't want it. $600. It is the whole Peanuts gang here. And it will get a certificate of authenticity stating that it is Neal. They use this on a Mets baseball team souvenir beach towel. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, MetLife definitely got the license to Peanuts and had it on everything.
James Demetra is claiming Peanuts as well.
Nice. Lost my phone. Raining Beetle Bailey kills me.
Apparently. Do you need a Sharpie?
I got it. I found it. Okay. So Peanuts is leaving us. That's interesting. So Kelly Russ says that the caps were changed to New York Mets logos and that they actually added Schultz's signature onto it. Well, we can give you a certificate of authenticity from Neal's company stating it's Charles Schultz. Oh, I need to do a bomb. Hopefully my bombs will work. What do you think happened?
It's just tight.
Yeah, but they weren't. I can't even get this one to go.
I put crazy glue around all of it.
I wonder if
Right, you
it's
ready?
moisture. Yeah! Wow.
A long hang time, doesn't it?
Mm. All the wires are covered now up there.
Sorry.
It's like
And whatever that box is.
Well, you know what's really interesting is it's part of the fire department stuff,
Oh shit.
and they're coming tomorrow for inspection. All right, we'll have to work on that tonight. Okay.
I'll climb the ladder if I got it.
Yeah, because that whole red line
Yeah.
is part of the fire department system to the boxes.
Great.
Yeah, good. I'm glad the insurance guy that came by today shot the photos he needed. And thanks, James. Okay. James is buying all the cartoon characters tonight. Okay, next up is 11 by 14 Batman with short ears. Now, this is a piece that you guys got to watch the color This is an old piece. It's been up here a long time. The certificate of authenticity that actually goes with this has Neal's thumbprint on it. And this is 11 by 14 pen and ink Neal. Color on this is Zia. It is a sign piece. Her original layout color is also going to go with this for the price of $3,000. Now we have the hiccups.
And if you guys remember, we had this in black and white at 3,000, so we did not up the price for the color.
I actually like the color of this. Kind of now has a Warner Brothers store feel to it. And like I said, there are a bunch of videos of Zia coloring this that are online on Facebook, which have gotten a lot of views actually.
I have noticed that Dane seems to like the time-lapse coloring over the real-time coloring.
I think it's good to do both. I think there are people that enjoy the understanding of the color and what you've got to say about it. And then there are just people who like to watch it and don't want to sit through a whole.
Yeah. Have to drop.
Well, I hope that's like a good thing, Phil. No dropping. Okay, Batman's hitting the table. Okay, so James Demetriou, who's into cartoon characters tonight. And this is something I can't believe I'm parting with. All right, Mighty Mouse.
Might want to spread out your holders there.
Yeah, I am. All right, this is the original cover to Mighty Mouse #1. Signed by Neal. We're selling this for, what are we selling this for, Z?
He signed it on the bottom right-hand corner.
No, I said what were we selling it for?
Oh,
This is
6,000.
So this is the original published art of Mighty Mouse #1. Which I begged to get these covers just because I wanted Dad to draw Mighty Mouse. And as usual, he did a great job. They wanted us on the first cover to do, obviously, an homage to Breaking Chains with Superman. I will say that Sam Green actually owns the second cover we did on Mighty Mouse.
Yes.
This is the first cover of Mighty Mouse for $6,000.
Well, see, I didn't even know Dad was doing this until after Tim Shin had colored this one. I was like, hey, how come I didn't color that one? It was like, I gotta color the second one.
I mean, I think you have to be crazy not to buy a Breaking Chain Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
You know, where Neal has done this a million times with Superman. Here he's doing it with Mighty Mouse. And one of the favorite characters you could always get Neal to draw outside Batman was Atomic Mouse. And Mighty Mouse is close to Atomic Mouse. So Neal never really had a problem, even though he would give me like, Chris, why are we doing this? You know, he would never really give me a hard time about Mighty Mouse.
And it has the Neal Adams coffee stain at the top.
That's true. It is truly a Neal Adams original. It has his little coffee spill at the top. So you know he did this at probably midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning. So it has all the stuff you love of Neal Adams.
Only
Coffee
Dad could get nice
stains.
clean lines like that at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Look at those chain lines. Like the inking on the chain on this alone is like, holy crap. Cool, I'm gonna say a cool shit art here. Mighty Mouse, #1 cover. And you get the comic book. $6,000. Okay, next up is Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is 8.5 by 11. Pen and ink Neal. Color on this is actually Jason. This is a piece we've had for a while. Zia went in and really pulled up the whites on this. So it will look a little different to some of you. I just want to make sure that you understand that we went back into the piece. Pulled her eyes up a bit.
Punched her hair.
Right. So this is 1900 to buy. Gorgeous piece. Signed by Neal. Nice. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I have Mortal Kombats. Now we found some more Mortal Kombats recently. Okay, here we go. These are the Mortal Kombat trading cards that Neal worked on. So most of these, we do have the original art as well as the card. This is one of the few which Neal did not sign. Actually, the ones I have here, two of them I have are not signed by Neal. I just think these were ones that were kind of left behind. This one is Jade with, is this Whirling Fan or this is Jade with Fan? So this is Mortal Kombat. This is Neal Adams. This is actually the original art that you will see up on the card, Jade, Fan Swipe. That is Neal's handwriting on there. We will have a letter of authenticity that goes along with this, stating it is drawn by Neal.
And Danny D, if you're talking about the Phoenix, she was done on a dark Canson paper, but not black.
Yeah, it's kind of gray purple. Okay, the next one we have is Baraka. Baraka is 900. Again, this is from Mortal Kombat, where you get the original card as well as the original art by Neal.
Let's just say it's not Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat!
That's 9. It's Beetle Billy! Mortal Kombat. The kids do it tonight. I'm still bummed.
Aw.
Okay, next one up, because like I said, I'm going to speed it up because we're already 9:05. This is Jade Whirlwind Fatality for 900. This one is signed by Neal, but this one I do not have a card. This is 900 to buy.
Made a dry spot in my throat doing that Mortal Kombat.
That's why I don't do it.
Well, I don't usually make that once, that dry spot, but it just happened.
Okay. Okay, next one up this is original toy packaging art from Toy Biz. This is Spider-Man die-cast metal, Web of Steel. Now we sold the, apparently this went with
Goblin? Hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin. Somehow I was stuck with, who's the guy with the arms, because now his name
Dr. Octopus.
Doc Ock was stuck in my head. I'm going to show you, this is the Spider-Man from that side of the packaging. This is what the package art looked like. Like I said, we've sold this one. And we would have sold them together, except that we didn't have the Spider-Man at the time. We have found Spider-Man from the toy package.
Okay, I have the toy package on. Let's scan it here.
So it is 1,000 to buy Spider-Man. It is a signed piece by Neal.
So this toy came out in 1995. So it's a nice vintage piece.
Spider-Man. Okay, next piece. This is a really nice piece. I love this piece. This is Batman Forever. This is a Batman Robin prelim. So this again was for the Batman Forever movie with Batman and Robin. This was for the licensing style guide before they made the decision of going deco. This is one of Neal's prelim presentation like pieces. Neal was definitely going very designy. Now that I am finding these pieces, it definitely has more of a design, compositions and stuff like that. It was obviously where his brain was, what he was going to do with this licensing book. Since so much of Neal's art has been picked up and put on licensed sheets and towels and light switches and all kinds of stuff, I think Neal decided on this licensing book for the movie that he was going to do a truly well-designed, I would love to have these on my sheets, like as finished art. I mean, I'd even be happy with the prelims right now on my sheets like this. So this piece is $2,800 to buy. A lot of action. You can feel the action forward. Like I said, the black to the white, the design element of them flying between this one, and then we have the one where Batman is sitting on top of, or standing on top of his own reflection, is a great piece as well. But these are very nice pieces of art. Okay. I'm going to skip Thorzy.
Okay.
I'm going to skip Poison Ivy. Okay, since this is Weird Wednesday, even though it wasn't too weird today, I'm going to put this back out. This is my Polaroid video cassette. This is another piece that Chris was never going to sell. This is really ancient. This goes back to the 80s. This is our advertising work. Obviously, it was for a Polaroid video cassette cleaner.
This is when I screwed up the scanner pad and I keep on forgetting to fix it.
And it has an acetate overlay, which really just has the lettering on it, old school advertising. The artwork does sit below. And this is one of those times where Neal actually colored the original art. That's how old this is. This is before we started doing copies and coloring copies. It is a gorgeous, what is the character?
Invisible Man.
Thank you. It's a gorgeous Invisible Man, as Zia pointed out last week when we showed this, that the coloring of his glasses alone is amazing, that you're seeing through it, yet it's a color.
But like the way it lights on the bandages underneath the glasses is really impressive.
Right. So this is a gorgeous piece of art, even if it is advertising. It is $1,400. $1,400 to buy this.
Which is an amazing price, so jump on it while you can.
Yeah. This won't last too long. I won't show it that many times. Because once again, this comes from Chris's private collection of art and continuity. Like my hockey players, I was never going to sell that. I was never going to sell this. Gorgeous piece, guys. Okay. My last piece of the night is going to be, and it is, I mean, that old school type, that set type. That's like what old art directors used to do. Like Marilyn Adams actually knows all of that type stuff with the picas and how to set type and all that crazy stuff they used to do. That is the old-fashioned setting type on acetate. So this is 8.5 by 11 that we're looking at. This is Batman Joker.
Kelly Rusk, it could be that just like the acetate may have been taped down when Dad went to sign it and didn't want to peel it up.
Yeah, Neil never, if you look at how Neil signs his name on, especially even comic books, he always picked places to hide it. He never was, he was not the Stan Lee of signatures where Stan will take a comic and go right over the front big of your comic book. Neil always, I don't think he really wanted to sign pieces because it got in the way of his art. So he probably loved the art that actually was done and signed the acetate instead.
Chris yells at me for the same thing because your signature is too small.
Right. So this is $1,800 to buy. It is a signed piece. We call it the Batman Joker Face Off. It is a signed piece by Neil. This will be my last piece of the night because we're closing into that 9:15. And Chris has to get paper out of her fire system because I have the fire department up here tomorrow for inspection.
Good going,
I'll help.
sis.
That's okay.
I'll help.
What is this? Watch. Then they'll pick these up and go like, "Are you doing these inside?"
These are not
the
intended
studio?"
for indoor use.
You may want to hide those. Just saying.
I have a lot of cleaning and hiding to do tonight.
In the words of Neil, just saying.
God, so many rules. So little fun. See, I would have made a great supervillain. So, that is our show for tonight. If anyone would like to see anything that I presented, if you want to know what Chris would buy, do you guys like to buy all the stuff that Chris wants? I will
Just ask
gladly,
James Demetriou.
I would gladly go through what I would buy.
As the Culture Vulture said, I had to dust off my Batman Forever style guide. So cool to see the concept next to the finished product.
Definitely, it is cool. Okay, this is a win-win. Anybody who buys this has a good piece of solid art that anyone who comes into your house is going to go, cool, you have the Invisible Man.
You gotta think outside the box on this one.
Yep.
It's not superheroes.
And how many Invisible Men out there has Neil drawn?
It is a great piece of art.
Shouldn't be selling it.
Well, you technically could say every blank piece of paper he had an invisible man.
What else do I like? I'm going to go to... I'm going through Chris's collection of art. This is all Chris's face. I would do 6,000 on a Mighty Mouse cover. Like I said, Neil drawing Mighty Mouse as the Breaking Chains. 6,000. It's a published piece. It's Superman. Great piece. I would buy this one. That's a favorite of Chris's. I think this piece, because like I said, now it kind of has that Warner Brothers store look. And even though it is not traditionally a Neil Adams Batman, that's a pretty solid, cool Batman at a great price. So this is a Chris fave.
I rather like that one.
And I will say this is a Chris fave for tonight. I think this prelim of the Batman Forever piece is another fantastic piece of art for the price of $2,800. This is a gorgeous piece. Frame this up well. This is a nice piece of art. So those are my favorites for tonight. We're going to be back Friday night. And we'll be going back to our more Weird Wednesday feel for next Wednesday. Pete will be back next Wednesday. I had to find some advertising stuff for Maryland. I kind of got tied up in that. But I will be pulling out more of our advertising work, which is what we refer to as our Weird Wednesday work. We will be back on Friday. We still do have other Batman pieces that I have shown that I did not show tonight. Those Batman pieces are still here. We had that gorgeous Batman Robin that is still available to buy, but I will have that out on Friday night, and I will dig out some more stuff for Friday night. The Scrap Joker page is a deal too. That is true. You are correct. The
Batman Odyssey page.
the Batman Odyssey page for 8,000. That's a really hot Joker piece, and it does have Batman, and you're getting to see Neal's pencils, which not too many people get to see Neal's pencils because they're always inked. So it's nice to see the pencil work that Neal did, and look how tight Neal Adams pencils for Neal Adams to ink. I mean, a lot of guys who, are, if they're going to ink it, will pencil loose. Because they go, well, I'll just draw and ink it. Neal never did that. Neal penciled very tight. And his belief was to pencil very tight so that you could relax when you ink. And Neal always found inking very relaxing because of that. He didn't have to think anymore, and he didn't have to worry about things.
Everything was positioned.
Everything was
lighting.
done. Now he could just lay back or sit back, I should say, and just enjoy inking. Controlling the brush, putting down the line. There wasn't all the other thinking that had to go down. And he never understood artists who would pencil very loosely and then draw while they're inking. To him, it was just like crazy man.
Too much work.
Too much work. Yeah. Exactly. So this is where you really do see that Neal, that's how Neal did work. So anyway, we're going to cut out of here because, like I said, I got stuff I got to do tonight because we have a very early morning with the fire department tomorrow. And we're going to take off. We will be back here Friday night. Friday night is much longer, much more casual. We can take the time because it's Friday night. Don't have to go anywhere Saturday. So Chris and Z and Rich are going to say good night unless
night,
anybody
everyone.
needs any information. If you find that there's something that bothers you tonight that you'd like to purchase, you can always direct message us. If you bought from us tonight, make sure to direct message us your name, your address where I'm shipping, and an email for us to send your billing invoice. I want to say thank you to everybody who bought tonight. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And everybody have a great rest of the week and be happy.
Bye.
Bye,
night, everyone.
guys.